Thank you so much for having me and for your very kind, thoughtful introduction and for watching my films. That's really wonderful. So thank you. It's really nice to be here.
Well, it's great to have you here. Like I said, I'm excited. It's been kind of a workup with all of the recent exposures through social and social networks. Like I've watched, I've studied, and I'm so intrigued by this storyteller, this yearning to really share stories that sometimes maybe people don't want to hear, maybe sometimes people don't want to acknowledge, and sometimes people don't even know that they are overlooking or need to acknowledge it.
So to backtrack, when I was a sophomore in college, one of my best friends from that high school in Switzerland that I was telling you about, his name is Matthew Shepard, or Matt as we called him. He was murdered in Laramie, Wyoming in 1998 because he was gay. And that incident was completely devastating to me. And I was in film school when this happened. And, I just witnessed how the world was reacting to what happened to him. And everything in the news about Matt, really truncated who he was. It was all about the horrific way in which he died, but there was nothing in the news about who he really was as a person beyond, what had happened to him.
Yeah.
So back then, I, made it my mission to eventually get to a place where I could tell his story with, dignity and respect and sensitivity. So, I did whatever I could to get that experience, that professional experience, but I always knew down the line that that would be the first film that I would make this film to pay tribute to who Matt was as a person. And making that film it took a lot out of me. Like I had never made a feature film before. It was really, really difficult. It's something I'm really proud of, but it was really hard. But I think, most fulfilling things are hard.
Yeah.
And after that movie, I felt that any project I wanted to work on after that, I wanted it to be similar in scope. I wanted it to be, meaningful work that would help tell stories that don't often get amplified or celebrated in mainstream media. So, the films that you outlined in the beginning, Matt Shepard is a friend of mine, Happy Jail, Food Roots, and now Nurse Unseen. They're all widely different, but in essence, it's really about telling a story that doesn't really get to be told very often.
Yeah, as you speak through that, I get kind of a confused feeling, or it's got to be just put you in awe that you had the skills to share the story. You mentioned like the desire to do film and the filmmaking, and you were equipped with the skills to tell such a personal story with somebody that and share things that only you know. Like, do you ever look back at that and go like, what if I would have been a CPA? Would the story have been told? Not everybody has a Michelle Josue in their life who is going to tell their story, right? And how many? I mean, it just makes me think as I hear through like these stories that you've chosen to tell, how many other unseens or untold stories are there